Boosted is kind of changing the world of electric vehicles, but in an unconventional way. 50% of all trips that people take in cars are under 5 miles, and that's 25% of all commutes.
The Boosted board really we see as our first product. We really think that this powertrain can allow us to reimagine what a vehicle can be.
So we started with something that's already really efficient. And then you use really efficient motors and really efficient batteries, and you design the electronics and the software really well, then you get basically the lightest electric vehicle that's ever been made. So the last mile of transportation is this huge problem that hasn't been solved yet. Once you get off of a public transit system, whether it's a bus or a train or anything else, how do you get along that last mile to your destination? So Boosted Boards does is it gives you a really portable vehicle that you can use in conjunction with public transit.
A normal longboard weighs about 8 pounds, and on our prototype boards we've added only 4 pounds. And we have a 6-mile range and a 20-mile-an-hour top speed, and we can climb hills. A couple years ago that would have been completely unheard of. But with that we've added regenerative braking, so not only can you stop easily, but you recharge the battery when you do it.
Right now we have some awesome partnerships. We're working with one of the best longboarding companies in the world, Loaded. And the idea behind that was we want to start with really great stuff.
We felt that it was important to keep this accessible to many people. Longboarding is actually closer to snowboarding and to surfing. We're taking that niche market of longboarders and being able to expand it so that it's easier for people to learn.
One of our mentors is the former director of engineering at Tesla. Having those mentors is really key because the experience that they have in actually bringing something to market makes it way, way easier to avoid a lot of the mistakes that most hardware companies do when they're first starting out.
I'm really excited about the idea of good electric transportation. I don't think the world has seen how good it actually can be. Right now, we're trying to make the best electric longboard that has ever been invented.
InstaCube is essentially a living canvas of Instagrams. The large format touchscreen display, seamless Wi-Fi streaming, and tactile buttons means that with InstaCube, you're seeing and interacting with your photo stream like never before. It pushes content from your Instagram feed directly to this beautiful display and surprises you constantly throughout the day with new photos that are coming directly from your peers, directly from the people you follow, from the people you love. And it does all of this wirelessly. InstaCube is fed from the cloud, so you can tell it to display custom content by sending a hashtag of, say, San Francisco. Currently, our Instagrams are trapped on our mobile devices. Since this is a real-time feed, photos get pushed to the cube as they happen. So when a new photo is uploaded by one of your friends or your loved ones, it gets pushed and takes the place of the photo that was there previously. There are so many ways you can use InstaCube. Let's say you're at work. You don't have to open your browser, you don't have to go to your mobile phone. These images come to you. In a public space, multiple users can stream photos to a single cube using hashtags. Let's say you're having a party with your friends. That cube becomes the display for the party when people start pushing photos to it. This is all coming from Instagram, so it works exactly the same way. If you give it as a gift, you can send photos directly to that person's cube. Someone's going away or going overseas and you know they're going to miss you. You can surprise them with images throughout the day. What would be really cool is if this cube was right by my bedside and I could just turn and be woken up by sunrises from around the world or pictures of my friends that are pushing stuff to me from overseas. It's just a nice way to wake up. We kept InstaCube simple. There are 3 buttons on top. One's for power, the other's for toggling between your feeds. And the third button, the heart-shaped button, is so that you can like your Instagram photos immediately in a tactile way. The touchscreen lets you advance the reel or lock in on a single striking snapshot.
Hi, my name is Jan Gutgelik. I'm the developer of the Omni. I've always been passionate about virtual reality. We now have a great head-mounted display, we have intuitive motion controllers, tracking devices have become affordable, but there's still one missing link in virtual reality. How do you move around in that virtual world? I didn't want to sit down with my glasses on and push buttons on a keyboard or gamepad. For the true virtual reality experience, you want to stand up and move naturally in the virtual world. Right now, there's no solution that fits in your living room, that is affordable, or that even is available. The feeling of immersion, of moving around naturally in the virtual world, is mind-blowing. That's why we developed the Omni, to take virtual reality to that next level.
The holy grail for virtual reality is to allow somebody to explore and move through a space as free as if they're in a real world. And the Omni is a mode of navigation that will allow a user to explore a virtual environment.
The Omni provides a more natural navigation interface than a mouse and keyboard or even a gamepad. Combining the Omni with the head-mounted display will provide a much more immersive and engaging virtual reality experience.
The strength of the Omni is that it has no motors and no moving parts. That's how we keep the cost down. The core of the Omni is its low-friction surface with grooves. The user wears special shoes with a plunger pin that fits into these grooves, keeping the foot stabilized instead of sliding left to right. The shoe sole has a higher friction pad on the toe to stabilize the foot even more. Our objective is to mimic a natural gait. The Omni is easy to disassemble and store away. The top can be taken off so that you can put it aside, just like exercise equipment.
I don't think I've had a more immersive gaming experience. When you take that screen and you place it onto your face and then you put yourself into a unit and then become a part of the game, that's immersive.
This past March, Palmer Luckey, the creator of the Rift, asked me if he could try out the Omni at South by Southwest in Austin. This was even before the Rift had come out. He also invited some game developers that were on a panel with him.
VR needs products like this. You know, using a traditional controller like an Xbox controller just doesn't work in a VR environment the same way that we're all used to. And you need things like this that help you feel really connected in the world.
Sweet! Yes!
The Omni comes with integrated tracking hardware and software, and Kinect is also supported. Our software translates your motion to mouse and keystrokes that drive your avatar in the game. Walking, running, jumping, crouching, strafing. You just link whatever keystroke you want to the specific move. The Omni can be used with any game that uses keyboard input. We designed the Omni to be comfortable and easy to use. The ring height and belt size are adjustable so that both 10-year-olds and adults can use the Omni. Another application of the Omni is exercise and fitness. Imagine going for a jog in Skyrim every morning.
I would lose a lot of weight and burn a lot of calories if I had this in my house because you're in it and you're moving and you could very easily lose track of time.
I see this as not only a device that makes the game more immersive, but I see it as also a way to put your pedometer on and go for a bit of a walk.
Our software even tracks your distance run and calories burned. Training and simulation is another application. Also architectural walkthroughs. Imagine taking a tour of your future house on the Omni. And how about virtual tourism? Imagine walking around in foreign cities and visiting ancient worlds, and educating our children by immersing them in historical sites and events. Other applications include virtual trade shows and events, museums, cinema, meetups and interactive adventures. The possibilities are endless.
Light painting as a medium has intrigued and inspired for over 100 years. The technique, capturing moving light sources in long exposure photographs, is difficult to master but can yield compelling results. Typically, artists were limited to manipulating a single light source to draw simple words or shapes. Pixel Stick redefines light painting completely, putting an array of new abilities within reach. Pixel Stick works with images prepped in Photoshop or similar software. The camera is set to take a long exposure, and you move through the frame as Pixel Stick displays the image one vertical line at a time. You're not limited to traveling in straight lines. Pixel Stick rewards creativity. From photoreal to abstract, the possibilities are nearly endless. The Smart Sequence function even allows you to increment through a series of images over multiple exposures to create stunning animations. Pixel Stick is 198 full-color LEDs, secured inside a lightweight aluminum housing and covered by a diffusion lens. The controller allows you to adjust settings and choose images from an SD card. 8 AA batteries power Pixel Stick over multiple nights of shooting. The perpendicular handle has a secondary sleeve, allowing Pixel Stick to spin freely. We have a fully functional prototype, a design that we've refined over months of shooting, and multiple manufacturers lined up.
Tracker Bravo is a coin-sized device that easily attaches to a purse, slips inside a wallet, sticks to a bike, or attaches to anything you would like to track. Using the Tracker app, you can see how far away you are from your items. And with the tap of your finger, you can ring the device and find the lost item in seconds. And it works both ways. If you can't find your phone, press the button on the device and cause your phone to ring, even on silent mode. In case something goes missing, the app notifies our Crowd GPS network to search for your lost item. If your item comes within 100 feet of one of our tens of thousands of other Tracker users' phones, you will receive a GPS update of where your item was last seen. Tracker Bravo. Your search is over.
Technology that replaces all roadways, parking lots, sidewalks, driveways, tarmacs, bike paths, and outdoor recreation surfaces with solar panels. And not just lifeless, boring solar panels, smart, microprocessing, interlocking, hexagonal solar units. No more useless asphalt and concrete just sitting there baking in the sun, needing to be repaved and filling with potholes that ruin your axle alignment on your sweet ride, bro. These are intelligent solar panels. Replaced a panel at a time if damaged or malfunctioning. They're covered with a new tempered glass material that has been designed and tested to meet all impact, load, and traction requirements. Oh, and did I mention that they're also solar panels? They generate electricity, they generate capital, they pay for themselves, and they keep paying more because we're not gonna run out of sun for like 15 billion years. That lowers the cost of energy, unlike those bills in the mail that keep going up, and it's clean energy. Everyone can theoretically drive an electric car with no pollution and a minimal carbon footprint. Can you imagine how good our cities would smell? How much healthier we'd all be? Excuse me, young man, am I being led to believe that this thing is some sort of thing? Yes, it's a thing, a real thing. And clean energy is only its primary function. Grab a notepad, because this is where it gets interesting. For those in the north, the panels use energy they collect to power elements to keep the surface temperature a few degrees above freezing. They're heated. No more ice and snow on roads causing traffic delays, accidents, and injury. No more shoveling your driveway and sidewalk. No salt corroding your car or wasting tax money on snow removal. And you can ride your bike or drive your motorcycle all year round. Whoa! Every panel has a series of LED lights on the circuit board that can be programmed to make lanescape designs, warning signs, parking lot configurations, whatever. These roads never have to have lanes repainted, just reprogrammed to whatever we choose or whatever works best. Imagine a highway road lighting up ahead of you. How much safer it would be to drive at night. There'd be improved visibility for pilots landing on solar landing strips. Imagine walking onto a solar recreation court and choosing a sports configuration. Want to play basketball? Cool. Kids want to play hopscotch and foursquare? Awesome. Ball hockey? Done. And with LED lights under your feet, it's gonna look like freaking Tron out there. But real, because this is the real world. Whoa. But these panels are also pressure sensitive, so they can detect when large debris like branches or boulders have fallen onto the road, or if an animal is crossing. It can warn drivers with LED text to slow down for an obstruction. I'm very, environmentally conscious. Good, because solar roadways use as much recycled material in their production as possible. Plus, the roadways have 2 channels that form what's called a cable corridor that runs concurrently with the roadways themselves. One part houses electrical cables, meaning power lines, data lines, fiber optics, and high-speed internet, which replaces the need for telephone poles and hanging wires that can be damaged during storms, causing power outages, or become extremely dangerous if severed either as fallen live wires or buried cables. The other channel captures and filters storm water and melted snow, moving them either to a treatment facility or treating them on-site, greatly decreasing the amount of pollution that enters our soil, lakes, rivers, and oceans. I'm kinda broke, bruh. Yeah, no kidding. The economy is in the toilet. Do you realize how many thousands of jobs jobs this could create and sustain? Talk about a hypodermic adrenaline shot to the heart of the manufacturing and infrastructure sector. And it pays for itself. They're solar freaking roadways. I have concerns about the future. Is this thing even possible? I told you, yes. Solar roadway technology was invented by engineering couple Julie and Scott Broussard in 2006. Two of the sweetest people in the world who met when they were 3 and 4 years old. Listen to these two.
Hi, we're Scott and Julie Broussard, inventors of solar roadways.
We met in the 1960s when we were 3 and 4 years old.
These wonderful, intelligent people want to begin manufacturing a technology that can power the future of the whole freaking planet. They were awarded a contract from the Federal Highway Administration to build 2 prototypes, which are now complete. They're too humble and wonderful to yell at you over the internet, so I'm gonna do it. You need to know about this technology. You need to get behind it. You need to share it with everyone you know, because this is actually happening. Whoa!